Hello guys, and today it's another review, and my previous review on the Spectre did very well, and today we have the Warden, and yes, the Warden, I bought it in the same pack, the double defense pack, but you can buy it separately, although there might be some differences, which I will mention later. So, we should probably start off from the front, and of course there we have 8 barrels which you can really reload, and this is a smart AR blaster, so it will fire from the top to the bottom. On the top it will be the strongest, and when you go down it will get weaker. Also, if you fire with a half trigger pull, it will first fire the left one, then the right one. I will explain that later. Then at the bottom, we have this pump grip, which is actually pretty nice, much better than the rough cut. I can just see by the looks of it. It's like this angle, then it has this little catch, and it's good. But it could be a bit bigger. It is decent for about 95% of people. The pull is very smooth, but when you go forward it can get stuck on a lot of places. But overall the prime is pretty nice. On the top we have one sling attachment point, another one back here, and a tactical rail over here. It's the cheaper version. Then of course, right here, we have the trigger, which is a bit crunchy, but it is a dual stage trigger, and what that means is when you prime it, you can fire the first shot and then second one. It is a bit harder to do because it has a leaf spring, but nonetheless you can do it if you try. It is easier if you put more the finger, but I never did that when I was fighting someone, so it's good to have. Then at the grip, it's this back swept grip which you have on shotguns, and the only problem about it is this little groove right here, which is a bit maybe tight, but the bigger problem is this right here. That notch is probably for the trigger where it goes, but they actually didn't have to put that part of the trigger. They literally just did it so that it is less comfortable, because the pointy part of the finger hits on it. And it isn't a big problem for me, but for some people it might be a bigger problem. Overall, the rest of the grip is pretty nice. It isn't weird at all, so and it's going to be big enough for basic build people. Now at the details, of course we have the Nerf logo, the Warden logo, which are both painted. Of course on the other side you don't even have them. You have the Nerf logo but it's not painted, and the Warden logo is removed by the caution and where it's made and things like that. But of course, since it is an Elite 2.0 blaster, it has this like dotted design and Elite 2.0, so it actually looks pretty good on both sides. And then of course like this, do like thingies, and then these like fake screws, because there's very little screws, which means it is put together. And one thing I didn't mention, if you hold down the trigger and prime, when you push forward, it fires automatically. That is called slam fire. So you can just fire really fast, which is a nice feature. Overall, it is pretty damn good. And yeah, it is pretty good. Now we will go to the range, and on the range it is still the grass is really tall, and I'll be firing blue elite 2.0 Nerf darts, orange ones, and then IQ fakes, which are in the color red. Of course, each pole, the wooden pole, is about 15 feet. So 15 feet, 30 feet, 45, and then the wall is 60. Most blasters will hit 30 feet leveled and then 50 to 60 feet angled, and shotguns like this have dual plungers, but they're still going to be a bit less powerful. So I'm expecting 25-30 and then 45-50 angled. Let's see if my predictions are correct. To the firing range. Okay, we are at the range and I have the tactical glasses on because it's sunny out here. Today the lighting up is a bit better, but the grass is even taller. Yay! I'll be firing with the Blue Elite 2.0 darts. 2 normal, 2 half pulls. I'll try to do that. Let's go. Okay, now I'll be firing the oranges. I'll fire most of them on slam fire, so you get to see. Maybe I'll shoot one angled, you'll see. Now I'll be firing the AccuFakes, AccuStrikes, whatever you want to call them. Probably like 2 normal, 2 half-length pulls. Let's go. Okay, now let's take a look. So this is the 15 marker. Alright. Here is the first dart. This one spins. Whee! And then we have one more here. One more here. You know, standard. Then we have a couple of right here at the 30 feet. Then we have the AccuFakes, AccuStrikes. I'll be calling them AccuFakes. Then most of the darts are right here. Some are here at 40, so pretty standard. This was actually not angled, so that is actually good. We have this one, which I think was angled. And I don't think we have darts over here. But yeah, overall, a little bit below standard, but these are firing out of a shotgun, so this was what I expected. Now I'll have to pick up the darts and we'll go back inside. Okay, as you've seen, it fires pretty much as I expected. And I found most of my darts. So now, what do I think about the blaster? Well, first, are there some problems? Well, one thing that the Warden is popular for is braking. And I'm happy to say, still works perfectly. I already have this blaster for basically a year. I didn't use it for a whole year, but I did use it a pretty good amount, and it didn't break. Why is that? Well, of course they fixed it, but also I bought it from the double defense pack just to be sure. And one difference I have to tell you, if you have seen the Barat's video of the Warden, he mentioned that there are like residue of plastic like right here and on the grip, and he even cut himself to the point where blood was coming out of his finger. I checked for that on my blaster and I'm happy to say I did not find anything. As you can see, I don't have anything. And One place where this blaster feels cheap is right here. Well, where all these holes are, so that actually makes sense. The rest of the blaster actually feels pretty good. And when it comes to creaking, only the grip creaks a little bit, and it is a separate piece, so this actually feels kinda good. Now what do I think about the blaster? Well, I really like the grip, even though it has this much. I still love to use it like this. The palm grip is real nice, especially if you do it fast. The trigger could be a bit better, but it's not the worst thing ever. And overall, I really like the blaster. The only problem being it has only 8 darts, which I fire off pretty damn quick. There isn't much to say. Should you buy this blaster? Well, it really depends. If you're living in a country where Nerf blasters aren't popular, like my country, it is still a risk, because I don't think people in my country who sell these blasters know about the problems, since basically no one buys blasters. But to be extra sure, I bought it from the double defense pack. Plus I already wanted the Spectre and its attachments. But if you don't have the availability to the rough cut, you can buy this blaster, or if you don't want to buy it with the Spectre and you don't want to buy it on itself because it might still break, you can buy it in the Optimus Prime kind of thing, which should be the same, just with a cool skin. I didn't see them in my country, but you might see them in your country. Now this blaster I don't really have problems with. That might change in the future years if it breaks. But 1 year without breaking, I can comfortably say this blaster is okay to buy. Should you buy it? I will place this blaster in C. Previously it was an F because it would break. Now it is a can buy. It does feel good and it does work, so you can buy it. Should you buy it? That is up to you. You don't need to buy it. It isn't like the double punch which you should buy because it is very good. Also, today I'll be getting the rest of my money. I'll buy the double punch, the lock blaster, the darts and batteries, and they will arrive somewhere in 5th of June or 6th. So in like 20 days, which means in that week you will probably see at least one of those videos. Now, I really hope this video does well, maybe even as well as my Spectre review, but that is up to you and up to me. I'm very happy that I actually was at 69 subscribers. Nice. It wasn't for long, but that is actually good because now I'm 71. This was all. If you want me to do some more reviews on other blasters, like my older blasters, or if you have some recommendations for versus videos, write them in the comments. Also, you could, subscribe. You probably only watch like 30 seconds of this video, but if you would, it would be amazing if you would subscribe. Please. Now, it's time for me to go. This video is actually a bit shorter than most videos, although now it's getting a bit long. I'm basically stalling for time. Thank you for everything, and oh yeah, my name is Nick. Bye bye.